The term chosen ones often evokes a sense of mystery, as though it belongs to myth or legend. Yet chosen ones aren't born, they are made. They are forged through trials so profound and invisible that most fail to recognize them. These tests aren't physical or tangible. They are spiritual, mental, and emotional, challenging the very core of one's being. Few are willing to face such trials, and fewer still emerge victorious. But those who do are transformed in ways they could never imagine. Life itself is a test, but not all tests are equal. Each soul faces challenges uniquely tailored to their growth. The deeper the journey, the more intense the trials. For chosen ones, these trials aren't optional but are driven by an unshakable inner calling. This path is not glamorous and will push you to the edge, forcing you to question everything, including your identity. Yet, if you endure, you will emerge reborn. The first test is isolation. In a world overflowing with noise, from the relentless buzz of social media to the constant hum of daily responsibilities, it's rare to encounter true stillness. Yet, this test demands more than just physical solitude. It calls for silence on a deeper level, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's not about merely being alone. It's about being stripped of distractions, where you are left with nothing but your own thoughts, fears, and desires. In that quiet, every suppressed emotion and unresolved conflict begins to rise to the surface. It's uncomfortable, even agonizing, as you confront parts of yourself that you've spent years avoiding. The mind becomes restless, searching for an escape, anything to fill the void. But for the chosen ones, this test is a sacred opportunity. This is where transformation begins, for in the silence, your true voice emerges. It's the voice that has been drowned out by the chaos of life, buried beneath the opinions of others, and muted by the noise of the world. This voice carries the essence of who you are, unfiltered and untainted. Most people fear what they'll discover in the quiet. They run from it, distracting themselves with endless activity or superficial connections. But the chosen ones embrace it. They understand that stillness is not emptiness, but a portal to truth, where wisdom, clarity, and divine guidance reside. Isolation isn't just a test, it's a gift. It's the crucible where the foundation of your authenticity is forged. It's in this space that you learn to distinguish between the temporary and the eternal, the superficial and the profound. To endure isolation is to step into the sacred space where the soul meets its creator. The second test begins with confronting your true self, a task far more daunting than it sounds. Society conditions us to define ourselves by external markers, our careers, relationships, possessions, and the roles we play. We craft intricate masks to present to the world, hiding behind titles, achievements, and appearances. These masks provide comfort and validation, but are fragile facades that crumble under scrutiny. This test strips those masks away with an unforgiving force, leaving you naked before the truth. It's like standing in front of a mirror that reflects not your physical self, but the raw essence of your being. You see your strengths and weaknesses, your desires and fears, your light and your shadow. There's no escaping the reflection. It's an unsettling moment, akin to staring into a void, as you ask the ultimate question: who am I really? For many, this moment is too much to bear. They retreat, unable to face the reality of their own existence, clinging instead to the familiar illusions that shield them from self-awareness. But the chosen ones respond differently. Though they may tremble before the void, they do not turn away. They remain steadfast, grappling with the question, delving into the depths of their soul for the answer. This confrontation isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of peeling back layers, discarding false identities, and uncovering the core of who you were created to be. It's an act of courage, requiring you to face not only your wounds and flaws, but also the vast potential and divine light within you. The chosen ones understand that this test, though excruciating, is the gateway to liberation. To confront your true self is to reclaim your power, stepping out of the shadows of societal expectations and into the radiance of your authentic identity. It's the moment when you stop asking, "What does the world want me to be?" and start declaring, "This is who I am." The third test is the dark night of the soul, a profound and harrowing experience where everything you believed in seems to collapse. Relationships you thought were unshakable dissolve. Careers you once built your identity around vanish like mist. Even your sense of purpose, the very foundation of your existence, crumbles, leaving you in an overwhelming darkness. This is not just a period of confusion or sadness. It's a complete unraveling of the self you once knew. At first, it feels like punishment, as though the universe has abandoned you or is intent on breaking you. But this is not cruelty. It is purification. The dark night of the soul is a sacred process, a stripping away of all that is false, temporary, and unaligned with your higher purpose. Everything that isn't truly you, your ego, your attachments, your illusions, must be burned away in this purifying fire. In the depths of this darkness, time feels endless. Days blur into nights, and hope flickers faintly, if at all. You may question everything, your choices, your worth, even your faith in God or the universe. But it is in these moments of despair that the chosen ones find their deepest light. The light doesn't come from external sources. It arises from within, hidden beneath the layers of pain and loss. It is a light born of resilience, a quiet but powerful reminder that you are more than the sum of your circumstances. Chosen ones learn to press on, even when the path ahead is unclear. They discover that the darkness, though suffocating, is temporary, and within it lies the seed of their transformation. Emerging from the dark night of the soul is not a return to who you once were. It is a rebirth into someone new, someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with their divine purpose. The darkness is not an end, but a beginning, a gateway to a higher version of yourself. The next test is the test of letting go, a challenge that requires immense strength and surrender. Letting go is not as simple as releasing something from your grasp. It is an act that cuts to the core of your being. It asks you to release not just physical possessions or relationships, but the intangible things that hold you back: grudges, expectations, disappointments, and even cherished beliefs that no longer serve your growth. This test often comes in waves. Just as you feel you've mastered the art of letting go, life presents you with something else to release. Perhaps a dream you've clung to, a person you've loved deeply, or an identity you've worn for years. Each time, the process feels like a small death, as though a part of you is being stripped away. Letting go isn't about indifference or apathy. It's about trust. Trust in life's flow, in the wisdom of divine timing, and in the knowledge that what is meant for you will never truly leave you. It's about recognizing that holding on too tightly often creates suffering, while release brings freedom. The chosen ones understand that letting go is not a one-time event, but a continual process. Life repeatedly demands that they release what no longer serves them, even when it feels excruciating. They let go not because they are cold or unfeeling, but because they understand that clinging to the past only blocks the blessings of the future. True freedom lies in the willingness to surrender. To let go, even of things you deeply value, is to create space for something greater to enter. It's an act of faith, a declaration that you trust the unfolding of your journey, no matter how uncertain or painful it may seem in the moment. Letting go is not loss, it is liberation, a step forward on the sacred path that only the chosen ones can walk. Finally, the test of faith emerges, perhaps the most profound and enduring challenge of all. Faith is not mere blind optimism or a naive hope that everything will simply work out. It is far deeper, more resilient, and more demanding than that. Faith is the strength to stand in the middle of your pain, acknowledge it fully, and still believe that there is a higher plan unfolding, a divine blueprint designed for your ultimate growth and fulfillment. This test asks you to trust in yourself, the universe, and the unseen forces guiding your journey. It's the ability to navigate the chaos of life without succumbing to despair. When everything seems to fall apart, faith whispers that the destruction is making way for something greater. When the road ahead is obscured by uncertainty, faith assures you that the path will reveal itself step by step. But make no mistake, faith requires courage. It takes courage to move forward when fear grips your heart, to believe in purpose when nothing makes sense, and to trust in unseen hands holding you steady when the storms rage. Faith is not passive, it is active, a daily choice to believe in the beauty of your journey, even when it feels like you're walking through shadows. For the chosen ones, faith becomes the bedrock of their transformation. It's the glue that holds them together during their darkest hours, and the fire that reignites their hope when all seems lost. Faith doesn't promise ease or comfort, but it delivers strength, wisdom, and the unshakable conviction that you are never alone, even when the world feels empty. Through these trials of isolation, self-confrontation, darkness, letting go, and faith, the chosen ones are stripped of illusions. They are left with only the pure essence of who they truly are, resilient, authentic, and aligned with their divine purpose. The journey is not about achieving perfection, but about embracing the process of becoming. Are you ready to take this path, to face the mirror and see the truth of who you are, to embrace the silence, release what holds you back, walk through the darkness, and trust in the unseen forces working for your highest good? The path is not easy. It never was. But for the chosen ones, it is the only path forward. If this message resonates with you, you are not alone on this journey. Together, we can continue exploring the profound spiritual truths that guide and empower the chosen ones. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for